Blog Talk Radio.
Hey, it's Crown Talk time with Byrgundy. I am very excited because this is the first time that my blog talk show, Crown Talk with Byrgundy, has been on air. So if you have any comments or questions throughout the airtime that you want to ask me or our special guest today, don't hesitate to call in at 917-889-8863. So, first and foremost, you all should know that Crown Talk with Byrgundy is a radio talk show that places emphasis on the art of pageantry. With that being said, every 2 weeks we will interview many individuals from the title holders to family members to pageant coaches, and the list can go on. Listeners, now I know you are wanting to know, what are we going to be talking about? I know you're thinking that question. On Crown Talk, we will discuss how we can empower others to strive for excellence in achieving our goals. To all the listeners, I want you to remember MOM, which, it spells mom. So, M stands for our mission. Crown Talk's mission is to empower success in our listeners. The O stands for our objective. Our objective is to bring the pageant community closer and to develop a partnership among various pageant systems that benefit multiple communities. And lastly but not least, our other M, our motto, you're never too young to be a role model. So, if you want any more information about Crown Talk, please go visit our website at www.crowntalkbyrgu.wix.com/Crown Talk, or visit one of our social media sites, Facebook under Octavia Mallory, which is me, Instagram or Twitter under @Crown Talk with Byrgundy. And we are totally looking for you, and we are waiting for your comments, your questions, and you to get involved with the show. And now I'm going to talk a little bit about me, your host, Byrgundy Mallory. I am the former back-to-back Miss Black Universe. I graduated from Gibbs High School in Corrington, Tennessee, attended East Tennessee State University, and now I am currently a senior at Duke University. Go Blue Devils, where I enrolled in the Fuquay School of Business. I have a passion to become a country musician, and I enjoy playing my guitar and singing. I do love me some Carrie Underwood and some Taylor Swift. I am the Miss Mississippi American Co-Ed 2014 and your International Junior Miss Hawaii 2015, which I am heading to Nationals in July, Virginia Beach. Virginia, here I come. Also, a little bit more about me. I was your Miss Black United States, and then I turned into becoming your Miss Black Universe, which was back-to-back. Also, I was Miss Black Kentucky Talented Teen 2011 and Miss Black Tennessee Talented Teen 2010. Many of the other pageant endeavors that I included and participate in holding various titles under the following organizations were the Miss American Co-Ed pageant, Cinderella, Tennessee's America's Miss, Miss International Miss, and the list can go on. Also, I've been blessed to represent, or was representing, the Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated at East Tennessee State University as Sigma Beta Chapter Miss Black and Gold. Then I continued to go on to the state title of Tennessee, and I was your reigning 2012 Miss ATA Black and Gold. Then I moved on to regionals, and I got first runner-up, which is Miss Gold. I've been able to receive numerous scholarships from pageants. That's why I love doing pageants, because they really helped me become into a young lady. So that's what I love about that. And it helped me with schooling, too. It made me strive for excellence in all my endeavors during school. I participated in local and regional national pageants and international pageants. Many of my awards and accolades included the following: Knoxville Teen Trailblazer Award, Presidential Service Certificates Organization through my organization, Disney Debutantes, 3 presidential awards, Children's Hospital and Channel 10 News, and the list can go on. But I'm not here to brag about me. I am here to talk to you and to get to know everybody else. But enough about me, and on to having an incredible guest speaker today. She is incredible, enthusiastic, special, and a very supportive lady on my show today. I am proud to call her my mother. She was born and raised in Knoxville, Tennessee. She worked in Knox County schools for 20 years as a talented and gifted instructor. As a lifelong go learner, she has earned her Ph.D. in Organizational Management and Leadership from Central University, a Master's of Art in Business and Organizational Leadership from Ashford University, and a Master's in Management from Regis University, a Bachelor degree in Business and Organizational Management from Tufts College, a Grossi College of Psychology and Behavioral Science with a Master of Science and Human Services. She is currently working on accreditation on her business plan to open a Formasdale University to reward those who are working hard. And that is actually one of our sponsors, so I really thank them for being one of our sponsors in Formasdale University. She has excelled as a judge by evaluating performance in the pageant, cheerleading, and dance industry. She is experienced in vocals. However, her passion is dance. She has dance numbers that were featured in magazines developed by the Motion Arts Picture, You've Got Served, and Skip Costa. Moreover, her choreography has been judged by Broadway performers like Grease, Annie, Hairspray, Wicked, High School Musical, and Mame. As a dance studio owner, her dancers performed at Disney. That is so amazing. Disney, Adventure Island, Universal Studios, Gatlinburg Parades, Grand Ole Opry, and there's just so much more that this lady has done. She has been from sea to sunny sea with all her dancers performing and her judging a lot of pageants and a lot of talent. Many of her students have been featured also on So You Think You Can Dance, Fame and Critic by Debbie Allen, and her dancers cheer and dance from multiple universities. In the world of theatrics, her dancers have performed on multiple stages such as The Nutcracker, The King and I, and The Wizard of Oz, which I know there's a lot more. But I'm going to introduce this wonderful lady and proud to call her my mother, Dr. Octavia Mallory. I'm so excited that she's here. Hello, Dr. Mallory. How are you today? Well, I'm just so amazed by how much you've done for the community. Like, that you are an amazing lady. Even though you're my mother, you're still an amazing lady if I was an outsider looking in. So I have a few questions for you today. What are some words of wisdom you can tell new pageant moms?
Stages, you're going to hear negative feedback. But for every negative feedback, your life coach, your pageant coach, your talent coach, or whoever is working with you should be able to provide you with positive tips as well. So it's very important for parents to really provide themselves with a support system. Number two, a parent mom should be a mediator between the pageant system and their child. You're there to support the pageant system and your child, and you're there to make sure that they are benefiting and getting the best experience out of the sisterhood, because that's what pageants are. It's a sisterhood. Sometimes it takes some of us a little more going through the different systems, figuring out if they like this system or that system. And at the end of the day, once you find the system that you really like, you should feel at ease and comfortable being able to go and ask questions on behalf of your child. Third, research the system. It's very important for you to research the system, for you to sit down with your child and figure out, okay, do we want to do pageants with swimwear, or do we want to participate in pageants with talent or without talent? It's very important for you to research, sit down with your child, do a survey, a short little survey with your child so you know where their talents lie and what they like and enjoy to do, because if you find something your child likes to do, you don't have to push them much. And then lastly, listen to your child and watch your child's behavior and their behavior patterns, because you can find out whether your child is really comfortable in that particular pageant system or whether they are not going anywhere in that pageant system. So you want to watch their behavior. You want to watch them as they interact. You just kind of want to observe and be like a psychologist and observe behavior. Because if your child is having a good time, they may run their mouth 500 miles per hour. And if they're not, they may be really reserved. So we really want to make sure as parent moms that we are providing a support system, mediating between the pageant system and the child, researching the system, and listening to your child and watching their behavior.
Well, that's amazing and very delightful. Dr. Octavia Mallory, I want to know, should parents let their daughters participate in a pageant without their help in the background? Or, like, you know, if they want to, you can help them outside of the pageant, but when they get backstage, they have to do their makeup and their hair by themselves. Do you think that parents should allow them to do that?
On the, as a small child, I really think that the parents should be in the process because they don't know any better. You know, a kindergarten child, they don't know any better. But don't underestimate them because they can do it. I really believe that on a teenager and a high school level that this is a great practice to go to attend some pageants where you're not allowed to bring a representative to put your makeup on. And with that being said, providing them with classes, because at the end of the day, we're trying to teach young ladies how to become women, and putting on makeup, learning how to put your clothing on, selective clothing, and all of these attributes are all part of becoming a woman. And so during these pageants, sometimes it is great to do some that the child has to prepare themselves, and then, you know, go back to the training where you have your hair makeup artist and your hairstylist, your makeup stylist. So I think that a child should have, or a teen should have both, best of both worlds.
And to elaborate on that, as you said earlier, you can teach them and help them. And if you don't know exactly how a pageant girl or how whatever type of system you're in, how they really want them, they do have blog videos or blogs that you can read, or you can just simply go to youtube.com and just put in whatever you need, how to do pageant makeup or how to do pageant hair. But you can always learn how to do it on your own, and parents, you definitely can teach your daughters how to do it on their own. And if you don't know exactly what they're looking for, you can go on YouTube and then teach them how to do their makeup and hair on their own in the back. And I think it's a great experience because my mother, she has helped me definitely learn how to be on my own and do my hair and makeup for a pageant. So I think it's very important that parents should let their daughters at some point at that certain age go to the back and do their hair and makeup and et cetera. Well, right now we're going to take a break on some of my questions, and I would like to give a humble thank you to Rising Athlete USA, Maximizing and Reach Your Potential. They're a wonderful athletic training company. Well, remember, if you want to ask or discuss questions with me or Dr. Mallory, please call 917-889-8863. You will be live on air, too. Or you can email questions to crowntalkwithbyrgundy@gmail.com. We are still live with Dr. Mallory on Crown Talk. I have one other question before because I see that we have some emails that have been sent in. I have one more question before we get to those viewers that are listening. You have judged many pageants, correct?
Correct.
From the Miss United States pageant to optional competitions at the mini pageants and talented dance competitions and et cetera, what do the judges look for in a girl or a contestant? What do they look for?
As a judge, we're looking for self-confidence. Is the pageant title holder someone who walks in a room and just absorbs the air and just makes people look at them? Is she helpful in her community with volunteerism? Does the title holder enjoy what she's doing? Is she well put together from head to toe? Does she have nice, beautiful hair, a nice smile? Is she someone nice to go up to and be friendly toward? But the most important thing that I really look for in judging is really the personality, because you can be beautiful on the outside and be very ugly on the inside. And so I'm sure that pageant directors want people that they can relate to and that they can talk to, because they come up to these role models and they ask them all kinds of various questions. And so the title holder has to be a human service individual, someone who is like a psychologist, if you will, someone who has to put on that hat and, give them suggestions and advice. The question or the advice is a little bit above their level, then they can lead them to a director or someone with experience. So as a judge, we're looking for people who are well-rounded. And no matter what, when you walk into a pageant, sometimes the judges, they can tell who the winner is just by the way they walk in a room. And then sometimes judges can't tell anything because they're on an equal playing field. There's so many. Nowadays, there's so many talented and gifted individuals on the pageant circuit, and they are all equally worthy of the title. So it's I've noticed the last 5 years it's been very difficult to make different decisions because the talent and the level of community service and the commitment from the girls is just overwhelming. So I would like to say that, as a judge, I want to look and see if the pageant system is a complement to the title holder's goals and aspirations. Is this going to be a type of girl that's going to fit what the director is looking for? And a lot of times the director will tell us what they're looking for. Sometimes they won't tell us anything. Sometimes they'll guide us into what they want, and then sometimes they'll just throw us in the frying pan. So really, as a judge, it's really nice just to come and just be yourself. That's the best thing. Just be yourself.
And to tag on, I'm going to go back to what she said a little bit earlier in the question. Self-confident and being well-rounded it's very important, because it enlightened me to hear you say that, because a lot of us, we have to understand that if you're not self-confident in what you do, then how are we supposed to convince the judges that we want to be this certain title holder? We want to be your national winner. We want that job. We want to do this. So you have to have self-confidence, and it doesn't matter what you do as long as you're well-rounded. You might do something other than dancing or singing, but anything that you do shows that you are well-rounded in your own individual way, because not everybody's the same. We all have different talents, and that's the way God put us. But definitely, Dr. Mallory, the self-confidence, it definitely stood out to me, and I'm very glad that you pointed that out to tell the contestants that you have to be self-confident with yourself. Thank you for saying that. Well, we have an email that was emailed to our email from Louisville, Kentucky. She said, "Hello, Miss Byrgundy and Dr. Octavia. My question is for Dr. Octavia. I was watching King of Queens this past weekend, and I want to know, do you think it is right for a pageant director to disqualify a contestant of your own because she was being sneaky? And what would you do in this situation?"
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, did you watch it, Dr. Mallory?
I did watch it. I really did watch it, and I just, at the time when I watched it, I was spellbound. I did not know what to think. However, and I want to be kind of like the advocate on both sides. I don't want to choose a side. I kind of want to talk to you about what's going on both sides. If you're entering a pageant, and maybe it's with whomever you're with, if your parents paid for it and they put the money up, you may have to do whatever the mama says to do. If you're representing a pageant system, and like the little girl that was on there, little Hannah, the sweetest little girl, and her mom's the sweetest person as well, along with Kim.
Yes.
I feel that if you're in a position of leadership and your leader has told you to do something, that you need to listen and you need to obey what she's telling you to do. It's called ethics. We all need to have ethics and morals. So in one aspect, I can agree with Kim, because if I had, it would be like a basketball game and you told the coach, okay, well, we want to run this 2-3 play, and the next thing you know, they run something else. If it was a boys' sport, I'm sure the coach would take them out. So as this being a female sport, I feel like that Kim, because she is her coach and that she did kind of go behind her back and she didn't stay with the game plan, that I'm going to agree with Kim. I feel like if I was that particular person, I would have done the same thing. But I'm an old school mom like her, so I'm old school. So I would have maybe not walked on stage, but maybe not let her participate in the next events. Maybe when she got off stage and then took her and her mom to the judges and explained to them, and then with that. But I think what she did was justifiable.
I can agree. To be honest, I have no clue what I would have done. I was very spellbounded when I saw that. I was like, oh, my goodness, what just happened? With just the whole situation at hand. It was very overwhelming. And I know I definitely did call you about it. I was like, did you just see what happened? It was a mess. But I think that you're right. It depended on the situation. And I don't think I would have walked out on stage because I don't have the guts to do it, but I would have confronted her once she got off stage, because you should listen to your pageant director or your pageant coach.
Be able, as a title holder, to work with your director. That's number one. Number two, you should be able to work with your makeup artist or whoever is in your team, on your team. See, as a parent mom, my theory is it needs to be team Byrgundy. And if you're not part of her team or someone who wants to tell her what she's doing wrong to make her better, or someone to make her feel better, then that's just not the pageant system for us. I believe in that I need to surround my child around people who's going to teach her and where she can learn. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to tell her, oh, you're doing everything correct. No, it comes with corrective criticism, because that's the only way you're going to get better. And it does sometimes come with tough love, just like a mother would give a tough love to a child, or a little puppy, a dog would give a little puppy tough love. Sometimes it requires tough love, but at the end of the day, just like Kim McQueen, you know that Kim cares about her girls. There's no doubt.
She does.
Also, there should be, you should, attend workshops and figure out what the pageant system's do's and don'ts are. And befriend the girls and get to know them. And, all of these things help you become a better person. But I bet you Miss Hannah won't do that again. So I just really feel like at the end of the day, she's a sweet girl, and she just only wanted to win. And she and her mom are wonderful people, and they're about like me. I just want to see my daughter prosper. But then you got to always go back to a pageant queen or a pageant title holder must have work ethics, morals,
I agree,
values. And those things are things that I think Kim is trying to show them in her show. And so I really justify what she did.
I agree. Well, we have only time for one more quick question, and it is from an email from Chattanooga, Tennessee. She wants to know if it's too early to start her daughter off in pageants if she's 3 years old. So I can answer a little bit of that. My mother, Dr. Mallory, she started me off at 3 years old with the American Co-Ed pageant, and I'm very glad that she did that, because I've definitely grown as a person in the pageant industry. I've grown into a young lady and into a woman now. So I think it's very exciting that she did that. And I think you should start them out off at 3 because that shows them discipline. That shows a little discipline, and they're able to listen to their mother when they go on stage. They're able to get on stage without being nervous. So when they have to do that when they're 18, 19, 20 years old, they won't have any stage fright, even when they're in middle school. Dr. Mallory, you can elaborate on that for a few seconds.
Yes, as a behavioral science specialist, I really believe you have to look at the child, the individual child, because not every child at that age is ready for that type of commitment or that type of to simplify excellence in those areas quite yet. You have to look at their developmental developments. Are they kind of gifted? Are they a ham? Do they like being in front of people? If they don't, maybe try it once or maybe wait until they're a little older. You really have to determine whether it's part of your child's DNA and RNA. You know, is this something my child enjoys participating in? And then make those decisions based upon their behavior. Again, see if this is something they're excited about. And if they are, keep them going. And if they're not, then maybe just hold back a little bit, wait a little bit, because everybody grows developmentally at a different age and stage.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Mallory. It has been wonderful talking to you.
And I have one more thing to add. Community empowerment is more than just involvement and participation and engaging in community. It is exemplifying ownership and action within your community.
Well, thank you, and we're so happy that we had you on the air today.
It's been great to be here.
Well, you have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Aren't we happy that we had Dr. Octavia Mallory here? Well, now we are going to, it's almost at the end of the show. Remember that we always are looking for people to be featured on our social media sites, on our websites. If you would like to on our talk show during the podcast, please send your bio, a headshot, a photo, a fun photo, and fun facts about yourself. In addition, if you would like to nominate an individual, please email us at crowntalkwithburgundy@gmail.com. And remember, Burgundy is spelled Byrgundy. Usually at the end of our normal segments, we will have Crown Talk. We want you all to look for Dr. Mallory on each episode. She will have a segment on Crown Talk called Mama Talk. Mama Talk. She will be offering this and discussing expert advice about the pageant industry from a mother's perspective. So please make sure you follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Crown Talk with Byrgundy, and on Facebook, which is Byrgundy Mallory, my name. So also, if you want to visit our website, you can go to www.crowntalkwithbyrgu.wix.com/crowntalk. And also, remember, listeners, we have reached the end of our segment, but remember, tune in on Monday, May 11th. We will be interviewing a pageant dad, and may I brag a little, my father, Mr. Jeffrey Mallory. I hope you enjoyed the show today, and remember, you're never too young to be a role model.